The backstage area was dimly lit, with echoes of nervous laughter and hurried footsteps bouncing off the walls. 16-year-old Lila Thompson sat hunched over on a cold metal bench, her fingers clutching the strap of her worn guitar. She could barely hear the distant voices of contestants practicing their routines, their confident laughter a harsh reminder of her own insecurities. Lila's heart was pounding, not from excitement, but from fear. She'd dreamed of this moment her entire life, stepping onto a stage that millions would watch, showcasing the voice she had hidden from everyone but her late mother. But now, standing just minutes away from her audition, she wondered if she had been foolish to hope. "Hey, you okay?" a kind voice asked. It was her best friend Maya, who had flown in from another city just to support her. Lila shook her head, tears welling up. I don't know if I can do this. Everyone here, they're so good. And what if I mess up? What if they laugh at me?" Maya squeezed her hand. "You're not just good, Lila. You're extraordinary. Remember the song your mom used to sing with you? You've got a gift, and no one can take that away." Lila closed her eyes, imagining her mother's smiling face, soft and encouraging. But grief lingered like a shadow, pulling her confidence down. Her mom had always been her rock, the person who believed she could fly. Now, that voice was gone, leaving only silence and fear. She took a shaky breath and stepped toward the audition room. Her legs felt like lead, her hands trembling. Behind the curtain, she could hear the booming voice of the host announcing contestants. Every second that passed made her doubt grow. "Next," a voice called. Lila walked onto the stage, her head bowed, avoiding eye contact with the judges. The lights were blinding, the audience a blur. She clutched her guitar tightly, the strings pressing into her palms. Simon Cowell, with his piercing gaze and trademark skepticism, looked at her as if weighing her worth in a single glance. "Hello," Simon said coolly. "What's your name?" Lila Thompson," she whispered. 16. He raised an eyebrow. "Yes," her voice was barely audible. "All right, go ahead," Simon said, leaning back in his chair, skeptical but patient. Lila positioned her fingers on the strings. She could feel the weight of every eye on her, every expectation, every past failure she had endured. The first note escaped her lips, quiet, hesitant, almost breaking. She closed her eyes, imagining her mother beside her, and let the music pour out. The room fell into silence. But this silence was different. It wasn't judgmental, it was attentive, fragile, waiting. As she sang, something inside her shifted. Every fear, every insecurity melted away, replaced by raw emotion. The song told a story of loss, hope, and courage. By the final note, her voice quivered, tears streaming down her cheeks. She opened her eyes to see Simon Cowell sitting straight, eyes wide, completely unmoved by the usual bravado of contestants. He was silent. For a moment, Lila feared she had failed. But then came the unexpected, a soft gasp from the audience, followed by a hush. Simon stood abruptly. The weight of his silence had been unbearable, but now it transformed into something magical. He pressed the golden buzzer. The sound of its triumphant ring echoed across the stage. Lila froze, unable to comprehend. Tears blurred her vision. The judges' faces were smiling, some in disbelief, others in awe. Simon walked toward her, eyes glimmering with rare emotion. You are incredible," Simon said, his usual stern tone softened. "That was not just singing. That was the soul of music itself. You're 16, and you've already reached the hearts of millions. That's golden buzzer worthy. Well done." Lila's legs nearly gave out. She sank to the floor, sobbing with relief and joy. Maya ran onto the stage, hugging her tightly. The audience was on their feet, clapping, cheering, some even crying. The stage lights seemed to shine directly on her, as if affirming that she belonged here, that she had always belonged here. Later, as cameras caught the moment, Lila whispered to herself, "Mom, I did it. I made it." Simon placed a hand on her shoulder. "You know, talent like yours comes once in a generation. Keep singing, keep believing. The world needs your voice." Lila's voice shook as she thanked him, the weight of grief and doubt lifted, replaced by hope and determination. She realized that this stage was not just a platform for singing, it was a stage for healing, for courage, and for fulfilling a dream her mother had always believed in. As she left the stage, the cheering still ringing in her ears, Lila knew that no matter what challenges came next, she had found her strength. Her voice, once hidden behind shadows, now shone for the world to hear. And in that moment, she understood. Sometimes, the greatest triumphs come from the deepest pain.